The market charges lower after a failed breakout. Is this the start of a bigger move down? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay guys, so in last week's video we talked about the fact that if the market could hold 5712 and break out over 5800, we'd be looking at a direct move towards 6000. On Friday they closed above 5800 just barely, but were unable to hold on Monday and fell back down to the bottom of the range in the 5740 area. So now the question is this the start of a bigger move lower? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, before we jump into the charts, big news out. We do have the indicator available to the public. We can jump into the chart here and take a look at what happened on Monday. The answer is nothing because the indicator has rules that go along with it. It's not just cut and dry, and it does make it a better trading experience. So let's jump into the chart real quick here. And as you can see on the indicator, we did have a bunch of indications today, but none of them were actual trades. And the reason is, on the indicator, what we look for is confluence. So we have confluence on all three charts, the SPY chart, the NQ chart, and the ES chart. So the big chart here is the SPY, the top chart over here is the ES, and this chart down here is the NQ. All three must be on the same indication at the same time in order for it to be a valid signal. Otherwise, we just ignore it and wait for the next one. So all of these, none of these were in confluence today. And then in the second half of the day, we did actually get a couple in confluence. This one was right before my cutoff. 10 o'clock is generally my cutoff. It was a small winner, but I did not trade it because I had my video at 10. So I don't trade after 10 o'clock. So the second half of the day, because it's so choppy, is not something that's that I worry about. So our first half of the day trading, no trades today, no action, so nothing happened. So this is how choppy markets are handled by the indicator. When markets are chopping, it's very often because they're not in confluence. In other words, the NQ is trading slightly different than the ES, or the ES is trading slightly different than the SPY. And if they all aren't on the same page, you're not likely to get any kind of follow through. And that's why the indicator is so powerful. So with the indicator, we have released it. It's over on the web page. And if you go to our membership plans area, we now have two items under there. We have our normal membership plans page, and then I moved our indicators and courses to another page because we have another announcement as well. You can get the indicator for $59 a month or $5.90 for the year, where you get 2 months for free. And then we also have our courses over here on this new tab. So it is a trading view only indicator. That's very important. If you don't have trading view, I give you a link inside to get a discount. If we go over to the indicator page here, here's everything you get once you order the indicator. You give me your trading view username because that's how you get access. You get an invite only script. And then I tell you right here, you can get a discount on a new trading view account if you don't have one. I tell you how to set up your trading view indicator. So how to get the indicator into trading view. I tell you how to set up the indicator so you have the screens right, you have the setup right, and you understand the signals. And then we go through our day trade strategy in depth. You get a video on that, how we handle that, what we're looking for, and how we make money doing that. You get our gap trading strategy because gap trading is a little bit different. When you get a big gap up, it does skew the SPY. There's a different way of looking at that we handle with the indicator. You get choppy trading, which we saw today. There was a lot of choppy trading, and there was no trades from us. We didn't lose any money on that choppy trading because of how we do this. And finally, you get an alternate strategy that's a little more aggressive for the day trading folks, and then our weekly swing trading, which is super powerful. You can see the buys and sells on the chart and how good they are. So all of this comes when you get the indicator. It walks you through how to use it exactly. It's very simple to use. We try to make it as cut and dry as possible. You get a buy signal, you buy. You get a sell signal, you sell, as long as it meets a couple of different rules. So that's the indicator. We're really excited about it. I'll leave a link down in the description that takes you directly to the page to get the indicator. You have that. Also, one other thing before we jump into the chart. Sorry for this long ad. I usually don't do it this long before I give you the information. We have given out yearly plans where you can get a month for free. So our yearly discounted price here and here for PT's room and my room. If you were interested in doing that to get a discount on the overall price, you can do that as well. So now on the membership plans area, you have your membership plans, which are these 4 plans, and you have the other page, which is your trading view indicators as well as the courses. Okay, so now let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And off of this low, we were looking for a potential for this to be a 1-2 setup with a 1-2. But they needed to break out directly, and when they failed this breakout over 5,800 into Monday, so on Friday they closed over 5,800 just barely, and then they failed it on Friday or on Monday straight down back to the lows here. It invalidated that potential. So now what we look for is a little bit lower of a pullback into that 5660 to 5560 area for this wave 2. And then once we find our low there in wave 2, we'd look for a 1-2 setup to the upside and then a breakout overall. So we would look for a little bit deeper of a pullback here. Is it possible that this wave 2 is up here? It is possible. I don't think this is deep enough. I'd much prefer them to go ahead and break down into this level, and I do think that's what's going to happen. I do think we'll see the 5660 to 5560 area for this wave 2 off of this wave 1 high. So looking for a deeper pullback overall, but if it is going to be directly bullish, can we make this a wave 2? Sure, but it's certainly not what I would be looking for overall. For the bears, if they're looking for a little bit more bearish than 5560, they're going to go ahead and need to break this down below this 5560 area. They break below that, and if they break below that, that does open the door to break the lows down here at 5450 or so. And that would open the door back to the April lows, which would open the door to a much, much bigger correction and possibly calling the top in, with this being wave 5 up around that 5850 area that we talked about a while ago. So the only reason I don't love this being the top is that they did not extend to the 5850. It does look like an incomplete C wave based on the AB setup that we have here. And I would look for this to hold and push higher up toward that 6,100 to 6,200 area overall. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, so on the NASDAQ, we've talked a lot about how the NASDAQ has been weaker. It rejected off the 764 retrace here, off of the highs. It has not gotten back. ES was back up around its highs, whereas NASDAQ only got to the 618. It has turned over again and come back down toward its lows. So NASDAQ does look like it wants another leg to the downside. And it is still possible that the NASDAQ has topped. Now, I don't think that's going to be the case based on what the ES is doing and how that looks. But overall, we do have the possibility for the NASDAQ to have put in the overall all-time high and trying to make a bigger pullback. Again, I don't think that's the case. I do think we need to continue this C wave up before that's done. And I think that we have a 1 in place and most likely an ABC for 2 that we would look at to come down to that 19.2 to 19.500 region on the NASDAQ. And then we look for them to find a low and break back out over this high. And that would be pretty bullish in a 1-2 setup where we'd look to about 22.5 overall in the move up. So the NASDAQ, same type of setup as ES. We are looking for follow through to the downside into that 19.2 to 19.500 area, and then a breakout to the upside. The more bullish option would, of course, be that they can hold this low right here that they've held at 19.822 or so. If they can hold that low, break back above this high that they made last Friday, then we could look at this as a more bullish direct option. I just don't see that as the most likely path overall. And if the bears do want to break down the market, 19,200, 19,000 is our area to break. Once they get under that 200 level, we should really start paying attention, as that is starting to get very deep and to a key level that we have over here. And under 19,000 really puts the bulls on alert that the top may be in and we may be seeing a much bigger C wave to the downside. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it'll take you right over to our webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area if you want to be a monthly member. We have our 2 different membership plans. We have the Invest with Jacob room and the Throne room. They both come with a 7-day free trial. You can get them in the monthly option or the yearly option. And we want you to get in there. We want you to make sure you love it. Test everything out. Make sure it's for you. Take that 7-day free trial and make sure it's everything I say it is, and make sure you're happy before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also, as I talked about earlier, have our indicators and our courses. Our TradingView indicator, again, TradingView only. It is absolutely crushing. We are killing with it on the day trades. We are killing with it on the swing trades. I've showed it to you over and over again every day for the last couple weeks and showed you how it's working and how it's killing the market and how we're dodging these choppy markets. Really an excellent tool, guys. Check it out. If you get it and you use it for a couple weeks and you absolutely hate it, just let me know and I'll give you a refund, but there is no trial with this particular product. We also have our Elliott Wave courses where we have our instructional material. We have our Elliott Wave for beginners and our advanced course. In our advanced course, we go through all of the more complex patterns in the market, all of the patterns that people are struggling with, like the advanced fib levels, the diagonals, the double and triple threes, the flats, triangles, and how to trade Elliott Wave. As you can see on the screen, this is helping our traders understand this market and trade it in a way that makes sense. But if you're just getting started in the market or you're just getting started with Elliott Wave, then you might want to check out our Elliott Wave for beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. This is because Elliott knew that the news cycles were garbage long ago. He knew that key levels mattered, and he knew what happened when those key levels held, and he knew what happened when those key levels broke. This gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market and allows you to understand the dynamics of the market. This course is 25 videos where we go through 3 parts: your introduction, where we go through the expectations of Elliott Wave, your mindset and emotion, the KISS method, and why this works. It's really important to understand that. So many people say Elliott Wave doesn't work and they have no idea what they're talking about. And most people, when they're confused or don't understand something, just say it simply doesn't work, which shows a lack of understanding. Chart setup and tools. We go through all the tools you need to use along with Elliott Wave Theory, why we use them and how we use them. And we go through our Elliott Wave for beginners area where we go through all of the waves, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the cool thing about these plans is if you want to get them at a discount, you can join or get our course bundle where you get $37 off by getting both courses at once. But if you want to get them for free, simply join one of our monthly rooms, as they are included in each of these rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts, go over every chart you ask me about, and give you the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing in day trade, so we do trade quite often in my room. But if you're looking for individual stocks, income trading, advanced trading, and futures trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as those individual stocks. That futures trading, his income trading method, guys, it crushes the market. And he gives you his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money. And it's how he structures that trade that's so unique, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, our key takeaways for today. We are looking for continuation in the market down to that 56.60 to 55.60 area for a wave 2. Looking for them to find a bottom and then rally to new all-time highs. If they can hold the lows here and push higher, we can move wave 2 up. It is not my preferred path. And if they break 55.60, the bears can take control of the market. Over on the NASDAQ, looking for continuation to that 19.2 to 19.500 area. Again, we would look for a low there and a rally to all-time highs. If they're able to hold this low here, this wave 2 low, this can be the wave 2 overall. And we'd look for a continuation pattern to the upside toward the 22,000, 23,000 area. If they're able to break down through 19,000, the bears could take back control of this market. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.